Gao Ming's voice was calm, almost too calm, when it came through the receiver. "If you haven't made up your mind, think about it slowly," he said. For once, there was no trace of the usual impatience, no edge of command in his tone. Instead, he sounded understanding, considerate even. Gao Tu held the phone in silence, unsure how to respond. He had expected reproach, pressure, or yet another demand he couldn't possibly fulfill. But this time his father was gentle. "I will also go back to Yi City tomorrow," Gao Ming continued softly. "Let's meet at the restaurant we used to go to, okay?" The mention of that place stirred memories Gao Tu had buried long ago. The restaurant had been a rare safe haven in his childhood, a place where laughter had occasionally replaced arguments. But the thought of meeting there now, sitting face to face with the man who had caused him so much pain, felt suffocating. He hesitated, his lips parting with the intention to refuse. But before he could, Gao Ming added quickly, almost as if he feared rejection. "Qingqing loved this restaurant when she was a child. Ask her to come with us tomorrow." That name, spoken so casually, pierced through Gao Tu's heart like a blade. "She's busy." His voice came out colder than intended. He didn't even allow himself to think. The rejection was instinctive, absolute. Gao Ming was caught off guard. For a moment, silence stretched across the line. "Really?" "Yes," Gao Tu confirmed, more firmly this time. "Qingqing has fallen behind in her studies since she was hospitalized. She spends every day catching up during the holidays. She definitely won't be able to go out for dinner tomorrow." There was no room for negotiation in his tone. But Gao Ming refused to give up. "What about you then?" His voice softened again, unusually patient. "Even if Qingqing doesn't come, you have to come." Gao Tu felt the old resistance rising in his chest. He wanted to say no, to cut the conversation short. But Gao Ming quickly added, "Don't worry, Dad doesn't want to ask you for money this time. It's just a simple meeting. We haven't seen each other for a year, right? Family members should always act like family." Family. That word twisted something deep inside Gao Tu. His grip on the phone tightened. He remembered the countless nights when he had wished for nothing but familial warmth, only to be met with coldness and demand. Was this sudden softness real, or just another carefully crafted act? As if sensing his hesitation, a heavy sigh echoed through the speaker. Then came words that froze Gao Tu where he sat. "Little bunny, was Daddy very rude in the past?" The nickname, the one from years ago. The one he hadn't heard in so long that he had almost forgotten it ever existed. It struck him like lightning, cracking open the walls he had built. For all his anger, all his resentment, there was no denying the bond of blood. This was his father. His father, who once, even if briefly, had held him close and called him by that name with genuine affection. Sadness welled up in his chest, softening the steel he had tried to maintain. He swallowed the lump in his throat and answered gently, almost against his own will. "No. The bad luck is over now." On the other end, Gao Ming let out a small sigh of relief. "Yeah." But while Gao Tu was still caught in his emotions, Gao Ming's hands were already busy. He had switched on the speakerphone and, under the pretense of a warm conversation, quietly forwarded a string of addresses to Shen Wenlang. "That's settled then. See you tomorrow." "Okay," Gao Tu whispered. "See you tomorrow. Jianghu City." HS Group Chairman's office. The night was falling, but Shen Wenlang had not moved from his seat. He had spoken with Hua Yang earlier. He had confirmed the arrangement with Gao Ming. On the surface, everything seemed under control. And yet, unease gnawed at him, refusing to let go. For hours, he sat at his desk, his mind looping over every detail, every possibility. Something was wrong. He couldn't name it, but the dread in his chest only grew heavier. Finally, as evening deepened, he could no longer restrain himself. He picked up his phone and dialed Hua Yang. The first call went unanswered. His brows furrowed. He dialed again, this time with more urgency. Finally, someone picked up. It wasn't Hua Yang. It was Chang Yu. "The boss is setting up the scene himself," came the slightly breathless reply. He's not available to answer. Do you need anything? Shen Wenlang froze. There were so many things he needed to say, so many questions he wanted to ask. But caught off guard by the sudden directness, his mind blanked. His lips parted, but no words came. The silence stretched uncomfortably until Chang Yu, clearly busy, urged him. We are all very busy right now. If it's nothing important, let's talk later. In the background, Wenlan could hear noises, sharp sizzle sounds of tape being pulled, the dull thud of nails hammered into wood, the shuffle of movement across a large space. He closed his eyes, pressing his temple. His chest felt tight, as if something was blocking the air. Finally, he spoke, his voice low, almost strained. What is he planning? Chang Yu paused for a beat, then replied casually. What do you mean? Shen Wenling's grip on the phone tightened. His heart pounded faster. He forced the words out through clenched teeth. He's not planning to arrange the proposal scene himself, is he? Yeah, Chang Yu admitted without hesitation. The boss feels that his arrangement is more sincere. So what are you doing? I'm blowing up a balloon, Chang Yu replied, sounding exasperated. In order to keep it confidential, only the boss and I are working now. But honestly, the progress is behind schedule. Do you have anything else to ask? If not, I'll hang up first. And just like that, the call ended. The office fell silent again. But inside Shen Wenling's chest, the silence was deafening. A storm of unease churned in him, stronger than before. He couldn't tell if it was instinct or paranoia. But he knew one thing, something about tomorrow would not be simple. Something was coming, and he wasn't sure if he was ready for it. Meanwhile, Shen Wenling cannot shake the unease pressing down on his chest. He has dealt with countless negotiations, endless deals, and battles of will. But this dread is different. It isn't business strategy keeping him awake, it's instinct. Something about Gao Ming's sudden warmth feels wrong. Too sudden. Too rehearsed. And when a man like Gao Ming starts playing the role of a gentle father, isn't that, in itself, the biggest warning of all? And yet, the trap is dressed in sincerity. The stage is being set, balloon by balloon, nail by nail. A proposal scene, grand and beautiful in appearance, but beneath it what lies hidden. A performance of love or a rehearsal of betrayal. Family dinners, proposals, reunions, these should be moments of warmth. But in this story, every word carries weight. Every gesture hides motive. The past bleeds into the present, and love is tangled with power, duty, and old scars. So tomorrow, when father and son finally sit across from one another at that restaurant filled with childhood memories, will it be a chance at reconciliation, or the stage for heartbreak? Will Shen Wenling's unease prove to be mere paranoia, or a premonition of disaster? This is the dangerous beauty of their world. Every smile could be a mask, every invitation a trap, and every act of tenderness could be the sharpest knife of all. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Stay tuned for more.